Hi there, and welcome to my July favorites video. I am so happy to be back filming. I had a couple of videos pre-filmed while I was on vacation, which is why you saw my hair shorter and then longer and now shorter again. But today I am finally back to filming, and I think a favorites video is a great way to get started and back into the swing of things. This is the first time I've probably had just as many, if not more, non-beauty favorites than beauty favorites. I did have a lot of new things that I started trying out this month, but if I have something new that I haven't had a chance to test for the whole month, I don't like to include it in my favorites. I like to give things, a decent month's worth of use before I put them in a favorites. So things that I am talking about today are things that I have probably already reviewed for you or mentioned or I've been using for quite a while. I do have some new things that I'm going to be reviewing very soon, so be looking for a review on the IT Cosmetics CC Cream and the Real Techniques brush set. So once I've been using those and gotten the review up, they may or may not make it into my favorites depending on how I felt about them. So anyway, I am very happy to be back. Thank you all so much for the really kind comments that you left on my vlog. I really enjoyed bringing you that. And it was so wonderful to get to spend time with my family, and they were very gracious to allow me to film and things like that. I try not to make it too intrusive, but I am very proud of my family, and I do like to include them if it's, okay with them. So I really enjoyed all your very kind words. It was very, very sweet, and I know that they appreciate it as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the favorites. Okay, so starting with the beauty favorites, there's something here that I've been loving this month. I've reviewed it for you, and I am really, really pleased with it. This is the AmLactin Alpha Hydroxy Therapy Body Lotion. This is fantastic, and I'm now even more certain about how I feel about it since my vacation. I did not use this for maybe a week or 10 days before my trip. I forgot to use it on my trip, and by the time that I got back and within a couple days after that, so it's probably about 10 days total, all the bumps that I was complaining about that I was using this product for came back on my thighs. So you may remember me mentioning in the review, I bought this because of keratosis pilaris, or KP, that I have on my thighs and the upper backs of my arms. So this really is working, and since I didn't use it for a while and the bumps came back, I'm even more certain about that. I also showed you in my haul from that video that this is available in a much better price point at Costco if you have that available to you. I did purchase this at Walgreens with some rewards points, so it made it a little bit more cost effective. But if you are interested in this, I will link to my review below, but you might do some price shopping around for it. The price was significantly lower at Costco per ounce. So anyway, love the AmLactin. So happy to be using that. Now, another lotion came into my life as well. I have had some really unusual dryness on my hands, and I've noticed a lot of peeling around my fingertips and particularly on my thumbs. I've actually had some cracking of my skin on my thumbs. I'm not sure why that's happening. I'm not really using any different soaps or anything like that that would cause any sort of allergic reaction. I did stop painting my nails for a while, thinking that if I maybe stopped using some polish remover that might help, and I think it did a little bit with some of the dryness, but nothing really significant. So I picked up this Curel Ultra Healing Intensive Lotion for extra dry skin. I've just been using this on my hands, trying to remember to apply it a couple times through the day and then definitely at night before bed. This has done a really good job. It's not very thick, but it is moisturizing. There's one thing that I don't care for about it is it has a little bit of an orange smell to it, which it's not a bad smell. It's just, I think that sometimes if I have something that I am using daily on a regular basis, I almost prefer that it be unscented. So like with the AmLactin, this is fragrance free. I actually talked about that in the review. It doesn't mean it doesn't have any scent at all, but I won't go into that here. But this does have a little bit of a fragrance, and kind of after a while it does annoy me a little bit, but the product works well enough that I'm willing to overlook that. But if you're someone that's sensitive to fragrance, just know you may have a little bit of an orange fragrance, an undernote to it. But anyway, this is working really well, and I'm going to continue to use it on my hands because I think it is making a little bit of a difference, and then trying to implement some different things in my routine as well to help that. But anyway, okay, so the next beauty favorite that I have is something that I'm wearing today, and you've been seeing me wear it a lot this month, and this is the Lorac Pro Palette. I love this. I actually love this more than the Lorac Pro 2. I don't know what I waited so long to get this palette for. I used all the neutral, I'm sorry, not neutral, I used all the matte shades on my eyes today. Let me rephrase that. I didn't use every single matte shade, but all of the shades that I use are matte. Okay, so that was a little bit confusing. This is a gorgeous palette. You've got your mattes on the top, your shimmers on the bottom. I did a flash beauty for this, so I will link to that below if you're interested in seeing better swatches of this. But today I used the taupe color all over my lid and up into the crease. I used sable just in my crease. I used a little bit of espresso in my outer V, and then as a highlight color I used cream down here. So I love this palette. I took this with me on vacation. It is very slim, as you can see, very, very slim and very lightweight, so it's a perfect palette for travel. I also brought my Dior Rosy Tan with me, which I did wear one day, but I could have just gotten away with using this, so I really, really recommend this if you are traveling and want to have a lot of variety of colors. You could certainly do something as dramatic and bold as you want in this family of colors down here, or just keep it neutral like I have today. So lots and lots of variety there. Okay, a couple more products that I have are lip products, and again, this is something I reviewed. I'm going to be linking all these below, but the Bite Beauty BB for lips, I love this stuff. It is fantastic. I love a tinted lip balm. This has a little bit of sun protection in it. It's certainly very moisturizing. I love that you get a hint of color as well. These are the kinds of lip products that I love to just keep in my bag for if I've forgotten something, or I don't know what I'm going to be wearing and I want to pop on a little bit of color, or I don't have other makeup but I want to finish off my look a little bit or just brighten up my look a little bit with something on my lips. Gives yourself a little bit of life to your face. This is really wonderful. I'd like to go back and get the color Tawny. This is Flush. So let me just swatch that for you really quick. This is sort of a pink but leaning coral a little bit, and the Tawny color is, funny enough, actually a little bit more of a pink. So I'm very interested in going back for that. And then the next lip product that I have, oh my gosh, I am just so very happy to have this in my collection now. This is the Chanel Glossomer in Happy. There's a little bit of a story behind this. A couple years ago, I was buying a Glossomer, and I really wish I could remember which one it was, but it came out with a collection, and while I was there and checking out, the sales associate had the most beautiful shiny look to her lips, and I asked her what she was wearing, and she was wearing a gloss that was very similar to this. I wish I could remember the name, but it's so simple and elegant and beautiful looking, and I said to myself, if that ever comes out again, I am going to get it. So I'm walking through Nordstrom and I pass by the Chanel display and I see this, which was very, very reminiscent of the Glossomer that a sales associate was wearing, and I just knew right away that I was going to pick it up. This is, I'm going to have to swatch it for you. It just gives you the most luscious, like juicy look to your lips. It's very, very sheer, but it's very glossy, and it's just the most beautiful look. And I actually have a friend who's not into makeup at all, and I met her for dinner and she's like, wow, your lips look so pretty, what do you have on? And it's this Chanel Happy right here. You can see it just has a little bit of a pink tinge to it, but when it's on your lips, they just look so beautiful, and I love it. So I often just wear this on its own, but you can wear it over a lip liner or a gloss, and it's really just going, or excuse me, a lipstick, and it's really going to enhance the look of any of those. So I am so happy to finally have this, and I'm actually thinking about doing a video soon about my Glossomer collection and why I love them so much, because they're my favorite gloss, bar none. Okay, well, I think that is all for the beauty favorites, so now let's move into the non-beauty. So I have something that is very much my most favorite item of the month, and I was definitely remiss for not talking about this at the end of my June favorites, and I was so upset about that. My grandmother made me a quilt, and I got some video of this last month, and I totally lost the footage, and I was so upset to not be able to include this. My birthday was in June, and she made this for my birthday, and I was very upset that I didn't include that, but that's why I am doing it this month. So here it is. She knows how much I love kitty cats, so she made me the most wonderful kitty cat quilt. It doesn't get any better than this. I'm going to try to open this up. I am going to just include a big picture of it for you, but anyway, so this is what it looks like with the cats all over it, and I couldn't be more pleased. It's got cats on it. It's handmade by my grandmother. It doesn't get any better than that, and I am just going to cherish this for years. I just was so very surprised. I had no idea she was making this for me, and when this showed up on my doorstep, I was just so excited, as you can imagine. So I'm going to pop in the picture for you here. So anyway, I am so very happy to have that, Grandma. Thank you so much for making that for me. You have no idea how special it is to me. So now moving on to some other things that are my favorite, but they're certainly not any competition for my quilts, but they are things I've been enjoying. I hate to sort of keep repeating this, but this is again something else that I reviewed this month. This is my new Erin Condren Life Planner. This is the 2014-2015 version. So this is going to last me for the next year and a half, and I got the platinum version this time. Very happy with this, and just sort of transitioned seamlessly from my last planner into this one. So I spent some time getting all caught up and putting all my birthday stickers and things like that in it. But if you're interested in a closer look at this, I will link to that below if you want to kind of take a short tour of it, or maybe it's not so short. But anyway, in any case, if you would like to see that, I will link that down below. And then the next thing I bought was something I picked up at Walmart. Now, a lot of times my husband and I will be outside working on different things, or I will do my flash beauty videos outside so I can take the swatch pictures in natural light. And I really wanted a sun hat that would really give me a lot of sun protection. So we were checking out in the garden area, and I saw this. And it is just the cutest thing. It is really lightweight. It's foldable, of course, so you can stick it in your bag if you're going on vacation. And it does have a little bit of a chin strap, so it stays on, which is good. When the wind picks it up, it still stays on my head. But the tag on this says that it has SPF 30 protection. Now, I can't verify that in any way, but I do find that it does cover me nicely. It covers my neck and the décolleté area and everywhere, so I feel like I do get really good protection with this, and I think it's really cute in this hot pink color. So this was just on a rack in the garden center, so you might see something like this out there if you are interested. And then finally, this is something that kind of goes against my policy of trying something for a month before I add it to favorites, but I knew the minute I tried these, this was going to be a favorite. You probably just saw this if you watched my haul video, but this is the Trader Joe's Inner Peas. Oh my goodness, these are so, so good. I finished off this whole thing in 2 days. I think I let my husband have a bite and said, "Aren't these awesome?" He's like, "Yeah, those are really good." And then I proceeded to finish them off myself without even asking him. So I felt kind of bad about that for a minute, but they were really, really good. So when I have a chance to go back to Trader Joe's, I am going to stock up on these. I want to say it was just like $1.50 for the bag. It's supposed to be about 3.5 servings in here, but turns out it's only 2 if you are a piggy like me. So anyway, these are so good, and a Trader Joe's just opened about 3 weeks ago near us. Well, it's not near us, it's about an hour and a half away, so I'm going to go over and buy a whole bunch of these, but they are so good. It's kind of like if peas married a French fry and they had a baby. This is what it would taste like. So anyway, I think that is it. Those are all of my favorites for the month of July. So happy to be back, and thank you all again for the really sweet comments and support on my videos from my vacation. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.